What's a hobby someone can have that is an immediate red flag? Posting everything, every single thing on social media. Knew one dude from work that did this shit. Annoying as all hell. Unfriended when I was scrolling through, and he had posted a selfish of him on the toilet, and a caption that said, "Poopin' dot. My old roommate used to go out driving on rainy days specifically to splash pedestrians." That seems pretty red flaggy to me. That's really sad. My favorite hobby when I owned a truck was driving around during bad blizzards and pulling people's cars out of ditches. I like you more than Opie's roommate. That's straight up evil. Yeah, it is. I remember taking the bus late one Saturday night after work to get Easter candy baskets and toys for my kids the next morning. The right before the bus came, someone purposely splashed me at the bus stop by veering into in the large gutter puddle and everything was ruined. Dog fighting. Or cock fighting, you know, the bird one. What about the other one? That's fine. There was a post of a guy that was angry at his mother because her hobby was to find random people on the net, find everything about them and message them about it. My name is Betty. You don't know me. I'm a stranger on the internet. I know you work at Big Mike's Pizza 5 days per week. You have a dog named Muffin. You celebrated your 19th birthday last week. You don't have a girlfriend right now. You like porn. Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you, but just wanted you to know. You live on Maple Street. Gentlemen, by the end of this meeting, you will all refer to me as Betty. Followed by weird fucking laughing. Man, I miss Kung Pao. I should watch it again. Chicken go cluck cluck, cow go moo, pig go oink oink, how about you? My email got hacked once a few years back. I got a notification that my phone number had been changed to such and such. I quickly wrote down the phone number and searched it in Facebook. I ended up staying up all night finding everything I could about this person, took screenshots for evidence, and sent them to his mother the next day. An hour later I get a phone call from his mother. It's this kid. Crying on the phone, apologizing. I like to think I made an impact on that kid's life. I might message him. Update: he is a doctor now. When I spoke to him, when he hacked me, I asked him what he is doing with his life. He was 17 at the time and wanted to be a doctor. This is the reason I did nothing with the evidence I had. I had everything. His Facebook, family names, his address, his YouTube account, Steam account, his League of Legends account, and his friends' same accounts. Making fake animal rescue videos. Abusing animals. Hurting and making fun of homeless people for content. Do you know the one where pranksters put toothpaste in Oreos and gave them to a homeless guy? Yeah, that was fucked up. I saw a post yesterday here about a guy that uses real mouse hearts and testicles and places them in a clear resin cast Lego man. I don't know what that is, but red flag. If I had a nickel for every time I saw someone referencing Lego Man, I'd only have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Now I have 3 nickels. Adopting too many kids/animals. Especially when you can't afford them. So, got any hobbies? I collect children. Gambling. Casino dealer here, it's almost never a hobby. One of my peers, who had a successful career in the medical industry, started playing poker religiously a couple years ago completely out of the blue. As soon as he wakes up, he starts gambling on multiple applications on his phone. He plays every evening, whether it's with friends or just random people. He started with no/low stakes and has worked his way up to higher and higher stake games. He used to be interested in live music, art, gaming. He would hang out with friends when gambling wasn't involved. He had to move back in with his parents and stop buying weed, a 24/7 habit since he was 10 or 12. Not sure if that's related to his addiction to poker. He won't say why he has had to give up so much recently. Still, all he talks about is when he is going to the casino next. Pageantry. Like taking your shirt off but leaving your sunglasses on? Do you want to fight with those shades on or play PokerStars.com? Look at that fucking treasure trail. If a person is so preoccupied with their social media that this person hasn't has time to actually live and communicate in the moment. It's fine if you can communicate about it and make arrangements. But I am not dating a person in a 3-way relationship with Zuckerberg. I would be totally fine with a person that has to have a heavy social media presence for work. But I would want to be able to set boundaries that work for both on us on it. Yeah. My sister-in-law talks about influencers as if they are her friends IRL. I can't have a conversation with her without her taking out her phone and showing me someone she followed before they got famous. It's exhausting and honestly awful to talk with her. Her husband, my brother, has suggested she see a counselor about it, and believes she genuinely thinks in her head she knows these people. Edit guys, she's in her late 40s. Family vlogging. Family vlogging completely violate children's privacy. Using kids to shore up your own online presence is not okay. There are parents pimping their kids on OnlyFans, Patreon, etc. I watched 2 videos the other day, exposing that PPL can buy exclusive picture sets of several 8 to 14 years old girls who are prominent on TikTok via parent-run accounts. They showed the metrics, and their viewers and buyers were like 75% males, between the ages of 23 to 47. Fucking insane. The pics were blurred in the exposé, of course, but the pics were said to be sexy, bikini pics of little tween and teen girls. Disgusting shit. Cutting the eyes out of pictures of women in magazines. My son is a big fan of that as well. Next you'll tell me he has a collection of left hands. No, they're right hands only. My grandmother had a habit of cutting out the entire picture of women from every newspaper, book, or magazine that entered her house. She didn't want my grandfather looking at any other women. She got mentally jealous after having a breast cancer scare in the 60s or 70s, led to a full double mastectomy. We would be reading a popular science magazine sometime and be like, "Oh, I guess I didn't need to finish that article, because there would be a big hole there." Funniest thing happened about a month after she passed away. I was driving my grandfather home from somewhere, was stopped at a traffic light. A woman with a tube top on was crossing in front of the car and struggling to keep it up, which failed right in front of my car in full view of my grandfather. I couldn't help but laugh given the bigger picture of the situation. Influencing. Back in 1990 we had them. They were called commercials. Then infomercials, then the shit became ridiculous. Such a disturbing phenomena. Was in line at a touristy ice cream shop near me and the line was probably 20 deep at that point. 3 women approached the counter and asked for samples of various kinds. It was their turn in line, so fine. Next thing you know, one whips her cell up and starts making a live video of how they just discovered this place. They spent the next 2 minutes sucking their samples off mini spoons for their fans. People still waiting in line were just like, "Get out of the way!" They never actually ordered anything. For me, these women epitomize idiocy of influencing. They never actually discover anything but pretend they're the first person to experience things. So fake. Someone reading a ton of philosophy can easily be a very good sign, or a massive red flag depending on what specifically they're reading so much of. Chidi Anagani over here holding both flags and getting a tummy ache. This is why everyone hates moral philosophy professors. War crime this, code of conduct that. I'm sure they are out there, but I've never met anyone who announced they read a lot of philosophy who didn't turn out to be a bit of a cock. Maybe the fact they announce it is the red flag. Edit, sweet irony. If it comes up because it links to the conversation or they're really excited about what they read and want to talk about it, it's usually fine. It's when it seems to be a status thing that it's always a red flag. Shrines to people, lol. When I first met my now late significant other, my son wanted to be sure he wasn't a killer and protect me. We were literally neighbors, so one day we walked to his house and my son said, "Let me see that you don't have pictures up of my mom with X's on them." He thought my son meant picture of his exes. Nope, my kid just wanted to be sure there was no shrine to me somewhere with my face crossed out by sharp markers. Edit, wow, almost 7K upvotes. Thanks for making me feel internet famous today on my birthday and for the kind words about my family. Probably just watched Hey Arnold. The sculpture made out of Arnold's used chewing gum is quite bone-chilling in retrospect.